One of the steps that show that a club is so close to signing a player has been revealed to us by one of the websites that Fabrizio Romano does a podcast for close to 3 times a week, and that is Court Offside, as far as Mudryk and Tielemans' personal terms agreed with Arsenal. I repeat, Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Mikel Mudryk as per Code Offside, a website that Fabrizio Romano does a podcast for 3 or 4 times a week. Then, no return of Balogun to Arsenal. That's it. Fabrizio Romano is going to hate to confirm it via ADL. I think the report coming in from France. And lastly, Zinchenko is coming out and referring to us the revolution of Mikel Arteta. How has Mikel Arteta changed from the manager he knew down at Man City to the one he made at Arsenal? Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Mikel Mudryk looks like he's one of those players that Arsenal is really going in for, and they are increasingly coming close to that deal that you can almost touch it in every time you talk about it. Tielemans in the mix also, and obviously Zinchenko plus Folarin Balogun, who is on loan in Reims in France. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the subscription button after smashing the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Remember, we are left with like 70 subscribers to hit 8,300 subscribers on this channel, and let's make it happen. Let's make this dream come true for our channel to hit that number of subscribers in the next remaining 2 or 3 weeks to enter 2023. Now, today I did a story that the representatives of Shakhtar Donetsk are going to be in London this week. And why are they in London? They're going to be in London to carry out negotiations on the deal of Mikel Mudryk to either Arsenal and other teams in the Premier League that are interested in him. But the player came out and confirmed to us that he only wants Arsenal. Now today, I've got a story that has shocked me, and I was first trying to go on and peruse through it, digest it fully, to see to it that it really gains the amount of water and content that deserves to be brought onto my subscribers of Rokani Media Football. And honestly, it's true. It's true. Why is it true? It's Court Offside reporting this story. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano is one of the people that do work for this website. He has a podcast 2 to 3 times a week, and I believe they have to hold his reputation in high esteem to see to it that they pull out content that won't really downgrade the level of Fabrizio Romano. Now, Court Offside has gone ahead to confirm to us that Arsenal have agreed personal terms with both Mikel Mudryk and Tielemans. A January move for Mikel Mudryk is looking increasingly likely, while Tielemans is out of contract with Leicester in June and would be more likely to move to Arsenal on a free. The source is Court Offside, and that is AFC. So, let me give you a brief of Mikel Mudryk. When I hear that he has agreed personal terms with Arsenal, it's not something that is going to send me in a frenzy. That's out. It won't send me in the frenzy. Do you know why? A player who is desperate to join a club means that his agent has already had talks with Arsenal and everything is done and dusted, because the moment a player comes out and speaks it out in the world or in the public that I would love to go to Arsenal, not once, not twice, but thrice, that's a confirmation that he has agreed everything with the club. And I believe this is not the reason as to why Court Offside have gone ahead to base on and redo the needful and confirm to us that everything is done. But I believe that was the confirmation. Let me give you an example. Anthony came to Manchester United in, I think, towards the end of August. But we had got to know that he had agreed personal terms way back, like 1.5 months back. Reason being, the player was pushing for this to happen, and you saw how desperate he did. He did miss out on training. He went out to to demonstrate. He went on a strike, yet he had played close to 3-4 games of Ajax that opened up the season, and he was really vibrant for the club. But because he knew that he had agreed personal terms with the club of United and was willing to go on and join his former manager Erik ten Hag, he had to come out and say what he had to say to force a move. And I believe with what Mikel Mudryk was doing, it's like forcing a move to join Arsenal. And he came out and said verbally that he felt very bad when he never joined Arsenal in the summer, because he felt like this was a once in a lifetime opportunity for a club like Arsenal to go on and have interest in you, to see to it that you go on and do the needful. He said that he talked to very many managers and they were willing to go on and really use him into their 11s or lineups, but the deal never came to happen. So for Arsenal, it's obvious that this player has agreed personal terms, and to me, court offside coming out and confirming this, it's like an icing on the cake, because the player looks like he is so much into Arsenal. He knows the in and outs of Arsenal. He has been here for so long, and obviously he's doing the needful to see to it that he joins the club of Arsenal. And Court Offside is one of those podcasts that I believe are really great, because they're having Fabrizio Romano, and maybe I even got a second thought that maybe it's Fabrizio Romano who gave them this hint, because they pay him to be on their website. He does close to three podcasts a week. So maybe because they pay them, he has gone ahead to let them know that, please, I have a story that I have, but I would love you to break it fast, that Mikel Mudryk has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. So what are personal terms inclusive? They're having the number of years the player is going to put pen to paper to, then the amount of money he is supposed to earn. Those are the weekly wages. Agent fees. Remember, every agent gets paid for the deal of his player when he's really moving from club to another. Thirdly, or fourthly, then the bonuses. Winning match bonuses, scoring close to 20 goals a season, when he scores 10 goals plus, those small details are in there. That's why you see very many players die on the field of play to go on and celebrate and go on and score very many goals, because of the clauses they have. Like for example, Ronaldo, while at Manchester United, he betted with Sir Alex Ferguson that if I told you score 20 goals, you are taking my 80,000 pounds. And that's how Ronaldo became great at Manchester United. They had to bet for Ferguson for like three consecutive seasons, and Ronaldo went ahead to win Sir Alex Ferguson every season, because he could average those number of goals a season, meaning that every player who averages 20 goals a season is really a top or world-class player. And I believe Mikel Mudryk would love to be having such clauses into his contract, and those are the personal terms to be agreed at a club which goes by names of Arsenal. So I believe Mikel Mudryk agreeing personal terms with Arsenal is not something new to me, but it's good that a credible source has come out and really gave us this story, and I'm so much privileged to come out and give it out to you, because sorry about that. Arsenal fans are everywhere concerning Mikel Mudryk. Every day they have to ask me when I get a story about him, please, are we going to get this guy Rokani? Now, you know what it means when the representatives are in London and the story bumps in that Mikel Mudryk has gone ahead to agree personal terms with Arsenal. Then for Tielemans, obviously for him, it's just a repeat of this. We knew that Arsenal had already agreed personal terms with Tielemans in the summer of 2021 when they went for him, and Leicester wanted £65 million. Arsenal wanted to pay 45. They said no. This time round, they went in for him. Arsenal was willing to pay only £25 million. Leicester wanted close to 35 or 40 million pounds. Arsenal said, no way, we are signing this player. So, looks like Arsenal is going to get another player on a free. They are not willing to go on and even pay a single amount of money for Tielemans in January, and it's not by their making, it's the making of Tielemans' agent, because he knows that if Tielemans walks out on a free, they're having a lot of money. Sign-on fee to Arsenal would be like £15 million, and obviously he's going to be earning a huge salary of close to £200,000, of which the agent will be part of to go on and enjoy, because the player is going to be out there. And secondly, when they're weighing in the options that are going to be available in the summer, it works like a charm for them. Why? They are going to be Very many clubs interested in Tielemans. Barcelona, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, PSG, Real Madrid. Very many teams are going to be interested in Tielemans. So it's really going to put in there what we call a bidding war for the player of the quality of your Tielemans. And obviously, this is going to drive them to a level of coming out and fighting for the signature of a player in the names of Tielemans. To me, I believe it's Tielemans who is winning over this, but I believe Arsenal will win the race. Nevertheless, the player will come in through in the summer. But in January, don't expect Tielemans to join. Don't expect Tielemans to join any club, and I don't think he'll agree to be sold to any club. Reason being, Leicester are also vulnerable. They're in a vulnerable position. When you look at the Premier League, let me have a look at the Premier League. When you look at the Premier League table standings, Leicester is really not in the perfect position because they need to fight for their lives, and they would rather lose out this player on a free other than being relegated out of the Premier League. When you look at Leicester, they are placed 13th of the Premier League table. They're having 13 points. They are just how many points? They are just 3 points below the relegation zone, meaning that if you go on and sell your player who had combined well with Maddison to save your season, then you can't come out and really put him onto the market because you rather lose him out on a free other than getting relegated. Selling him for 10-15 million pounds in the January transfer window, and you don't get yourself in the Premier League and you go to the Championship, that is more costly because the moment you stay in the Premier League, there is some good amount of money that you earn, more than that of Tielemans that would have gotten out of him. So I think they've opted for that. Let's go all in, keep the player and stay in the Premier League, and let's also see him live out on a free in the summer of 2023. When you look at Tielemans this season, he has gone ahead to play 15 games for Leicester City, 3 goals and 1 assist. Now, for an output of such a magnitude for a player who plays in deeper positions of the midfield, you have to go on and hail him. You have to go on and praise him that he has gone ahead to do the needful and come out and keep himself in the know that he is really one of the best. And if at all he comes in at Arsenal next season, he can go on and add like 10 goals onto the goal tally of Arsenal every season. That is something great because a team that is in the levels of winning the league needs to come out and score goals from different angles. Like you've seen Arsenal this season. Partey is on the score sheet. Saliba on the score sheet. Gabriel Magalhaes on the score sheet. Azaka, Shijaka, Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus. There is Eddie Nketiah. They're having Marquinhos, Reece Nelson. Which other player is scoring in for Arsenal and banging in goals for them. So Arsenal having close to 11 players that have really gone ahead to collect goals for them. There is even Fabio Vieira, that is the 12th player, and they've been scoring goals for fun. You get? That's what we call a trophy winning side. If at all you're having players that really pump in goals, I believe it will be a very good signing for Arsenal. So as things stand, obviously Mikel Mudryk will move in to Arsenal in January, as Dimasio told us that it's going to be a deal to be done, but it's going to take some bit of a long time. Then Yuri Tielemans, personal terms agreed already, but the player is not coming in January. He's wanting to run his contract on a free to see to it that really gets some good amount of money because football is a business. If at all he comes in at Arsenal and gets in 15 million pounds, that's another plus to the amount of money that he's having as his wealth. Not so? Even the agent will be banging in some good amount of money because the agent fees will be really more. Obviously, Arsenal will get 20 million pounds, pay like 15 to Tielemans and 5 to the agent, and then give him a gigantic, all hefty weekly wage. That's it for those guys. Now, there have been rumors that Arsenal included a recall clause from loan of Folarin Balogun from Rennes in France. That is a story that has been out there that Arsenal could consider calling Folarin Balogun, who is really firing in goals for fun at Rennes in France, because when you look at his stats, they are really amazing. He has played He has played 15 games for Reims. He has played 15 games for Reims, and he has scored 8 goals with 1 assist. With that form and banging in of such goals, you believe that everyone would have thought that would be the best option for Arsenal, but Arsenal have said no, and obviously Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm to us that this player is not going to return to Arsenal, meaning that Arsenal are really willing to go on and sign a centre forward to go on and fill that gap that Gabriel Jesus has left for the club. Now, Fabrizio Romano has told us via ADC that no discussions ongoing now between Arsenal and Reims for Folarin Balogun to be recalled in January. It's quiet despite rumours. All parties expect Balogun to complete the season on loan at Reims as things stand. And you can't come out and believe that if you want to win a trophy, you can bring in Folarin Balogun to lead the line for you when Gabriel Jesus is away. It's a very huge drop-off. Even Edin Nketiah coming in to fill the shoes of Gabriel Jesus. I believe there are 2 big shoes for Edin Nketiah to go on and capitalize and fill them. That's why Arsenal is going in for strikers like Joao Felix. They want the likes of Cody Gakpo, the likes of Goncalo Ramos, the likes of Vlahovic, and very many other huge players, because they know what it means to win the Premier League. You must be having players of a quality of Gabriel Jesus, and he shouldn't drop anywhere from your quality. They know that the difference of the Arsenal that it was last season to the Arsenal it is this season is only one player. That is Gabriel Jesus, though the likes of Saliba coming through and Zinchenko, but obviously the player and the reason as to why Arsenal is where it is right now, it's because of Gabriel Jesus. Because last season, they would have qualified for the Champions League, but the problem was their talisman or frontman, Aubameyang, left the club and they never bought a right replacement, though they went ahead to rectify that error in the summer and brought in Gabriel Jesus. Now that Gabriel Jesus is down, Arsenal are looking to go on and sign a world-class striker to lead the line for them to do the needful for the club of Arsenal and say no to anyone telling you that Folarin Balogun is going to come in, because it's not practical. If at all you put it into limelight and you illuminate it, it adds nothing to Arsenal. It's like no difference Arsenal has gone through between the era of Arsene Wenger, where Arsene Wenger could really let Adebayo go and say, all right, I'm going to bring in, there is a young guy that brought in to lead the line. You get? When he let Patrick Vieira go and brought in Cesc Fabregas, the likes of Flamini, that was really a very huge drop-off. You get? Nasri goes and you bring in Javinho, very huge drop-off. So Arsenal is really a kind of club that has known and learned from its past mistakes. They can't do it. They're having a chance to win the Premier League. Obviously, the Cronkies also know that the more money they make, the more trophies they win, the more money they make. Obviously, Arsenal knows you bring in a £50 million striker in the January transfer window, that wins you a league. And that would have helped them not spend more in the summer, because they will know that obviously we are now having 3 centre forwards, because Mikel Arteta wants 3 centre forwards. Nketiah, Jesus, and the other one whom I don't know who is going to be. Is it going to be Cody Gakpo? Is it going to be Vlahovic? Is it going to be Joao Felix? No one knows, but Arsenal is in for centre forwards, and there are those at the World Cup that are really going ahead to show some good form. Maybe they could go in and really pick in one from those. That is Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us that Folarin Balogun is not coming to the Arsenal side. Now we all know that Zinchenko was at a team known as Manchester City, where Pep Guardiola was before he joined Arsenal. Pep Guardiola left in the December, I think towards the start of 2020. That's when he left a club known as Man City and he became a permanent manager of Arsenal. He had some good time with Zinchenko because he joined Pep Guardiola, I think in 2015, 2016. That's when he joined him, meaning that he has been there for some good years, 4 to 5 years. That's the duration he was at Man City. Now, Zinchenko has come out and told us that he was surprised when he came in at Arsenal and at how his former manager had really turned and changed things around. In his own words, This is what he had to let us know. Zinchenko on Mikel Arteta. He said, I've been surprised since I came to Arsenal. He's obviously improved since I saw him the last time at Man City. He's amazing. I hope and I have no doubt he is going to grow as a manager for sure. That's what Zinchenko has gone ahead to say to Sky Sports as far as Mikel Arteta has really changed. Obviously, there is a coach in Mikel Arteta. One thing that's confirmed to me that is a coach in him, it's the quality of Pep Guardiola coming out and soliciting him out of all the managers available in the Premier League that would have done a very good assistant job for him to go on and become his assistant or deputize him at Man City. That was a very huge call. It was a very huge call. One, I think he had been recommended. He had been recommended to him by the coaches in UEFA because they know how the quality and the ceiling of Mikel Arteta and his trajectory of success was, because he was still a player at Arsenal, but he was doing his UEFA A coaches and license. He had attained it, and obviously he wanted to become a manager, but he had not gotten a position to go on and act in there for him. Maybe even Arsene Wenger was grooming him to become his successor at Arsenal, but it was too early for him to accept the job, and he never knew when Arsene Wenger was going to leave. But this guy is really talented, different. He has turned around very many players. When you look at Bukayo Saka, from the player he was when Unai Emery was here, he's a different kind of player. Look at this guy, Ramsdale, Cedric Soares. There is another player, Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Emily Smith-Rowe, Edin Nketiah. So I believe he's really doing a very great job at a club of Arsenal, and he deserves all those kudos. But thank you guys for watching in. Tell me what you think about Tielemans and Mudryk. Personal terms agreed. That has been confirmed by the courtoffside.com website. Then go a little bit and tell us what you think about Folarin Balogun. His return to Arsenal is not going to be accepted, or it's out of order, or it's out of happening, or it's far from happening. Then lastly, Zinchenko getting surprised with how Mikel Arteta has revolutionized into the coach he is right now at Arsenal. Thank you very much for watching in. It's Rokani David, Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell every time I upload a video. Every time you subscribe, and you will get a notification when you do that. May the mighty Lord bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Good night. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may Mother Mary watch you over.